Dear all, a very good Dear all, a very good morning. I am Vaishnavi S, the Incubation Executive of Atal Incubation Center Coffee Board. I kindly request you all to turn on your videos. On behalf of Atal Incubation Center, I warmly welcome you all to today's Tech Talk organized as a part of Binovate Coffee Innovation Week. This session focuses on innovation, sustainability, and growth in the coffee industry and brings together startups working across critical segments of the coffee value chain, estate management, sustainability, and also coffee quality. We are delighted to have with us three innovative startups who are leveraging technology and new business models to address key industry challenges. Today, we are joined by Neobiome Labs, a deep tech startup building a AI stack for the coffee value chain, focusing on tech-enabled plantation management and soil to sip traceability. Welcome, Surat sir, and the team of Neobiome.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Next, we have PH7, Coffee Heaven, Kerala's first coffee experience center, promoting sustainability through a farm to cup journey while empowering local farmers in Wayanad. Welcome, Ashwin sir, and the team PH7. Up next, we have Akshar, an agri-tech startup developing AI and ML-powered digital tools to improve coffee quality assessment, trade transparency, and decision-making for stakeholders. Welcome, Abhinav sir, and the team Akshar.
Thank you so much, Vaishnavi.
Welcome, sir. Before we begin, a quick note. Innovation is essential in the coffee sector to tackle challenges in productivity, sustainability, startups are driving technology scaling up and developing inclusive solutions across the startup coffee chain. Today's session highlights their contributions. We will start with brief introduction from our participants startups now. To begin with, I shall hand it over to Surat sir.
Sure. Thank you. Am I audible? Just checking.
You're audible, sir.
Yes. I see there's a net issue somewhere over here. Okay. So is it okay if I share my screen if that is convenient?
Yes, sir, you can, sir. Just give me a moment.
Second.
Yes, sir, you can share your screen now.
Okay. 1 second. Because it's convenient otherwise, to explain everything. Yeah. Thank you. Right. Okay. Thank you so much, the team at AISE, for giving this opportunity. So my name is Suraj, and I'm the founder of Neobiome Labs, and we are primarily located in Wayanad, but we have presence in Bangalore also through AIC, of course. Just to clarify, should I explain everything about it or just an intro? Just to clarify. Vaishnavi?
Yes, sir.
Should I explain 15 minutes that slot, or is it just an intro?
Yes, the introduction of your startup. So you can take around 10 minutes of your time.
Okay, got it.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, maybe I'll go through the presentation slightly faster. So what we do is we are creating plantation digital twins for the coffee value chain. So value chain means not just coffee growers. It's a starting point, of course, but we work for coffee FPOs and aggregators, traders, and exporters, everybody in the value chain to improve their productivity and quality over time with data-driven decisions and traceability. And
I'm sorry, actually, I'm not able to see the screen, PPT.
Just a second. 1 sec. How about now? Must be visible.
Yes, sir, it's visible now.
Okay. Yeah. So what we do is like we create digital twins for coffee plantations, targeting many customer segments from growers to FPOs to aggregators and other stakeholders in the value chain to improve their overall efficiency. That's the idea. And it's supported by Coffee Board directly and through AIC, and also by Google and Kerala Agricultural University for the entire development and implementation pipeline. So we're two people. We were abroad, and we like you people in the community. We are closely working with coffee ecosystem, so that we have that personal attachment to this entire community. So that's why we came back and thought of working together to establish a startup, specifically to work in coffee sector. So I came to this domain by choice because I come from a family of growers, and we are into coffee cultivation for more than 40 years. My father is into cultivation, and we are based out of Wayanad, so we grow within an estate. So what we observed is there is a huge issue with the climate crisis. First thing, the growers here don't know how to mitigate the damage created by climate issues, because the crop cycle is 1 year, and within the 1 year the pattern has changed completely. I mean, even yesterday we had rain. So small scale growers especially, they don't have the idea to how to go across the changed climatic risks, and also the knowledge gap. So that's one primary reason. So consider planter A and planter B. So both of them, even though they have the plantations adjacent to each other, they'll grow coffee in a different way, right? And which results into the quality issues and the quantity of the produce they're making. Because even in the nearby my location, there is a planter who creates around 2 tons of coffee per acre, and that's like massive production. But there's another planter who makes maybe 15 bags per acre. So that's huge difference in production and quality of coffee produced. And also generally, not just in coffee, all farmers are not prone to technology adoption, except a minority. So that will create a huge impact. Once they adopt technology, what we believe is there will be a visible change in the way they produce any crop, not just coffee. And together, these three issues are contributing to quality control issues. So that's something we observed in the field, right? So this you will already know, but one key factor I want to emphasize is uh, in India, coffee is produced primarily in 6 regions by just 4.5 lakhs growers. So considering a business, a startup, that's like a small number of stakeholders, primary stakeholders, right? And if we create a small delta over there in terms of any impact, that will create a huge impact on the $1.8 billion market in coffee in India alone. So that's why we are into the smallholder growers, because 99% of the entire coffee cultivation belt is accounted by the 99% of smallholder growers. So that's something pretty interesting to work on. So what we do is it's a tool called Canopy. Canopy is like a domain first AI stack for coffee. So we don't emphasize in AI because AI is everywhere. So we term it as a traceable platform, right? So what it does for the growers is it enables the growers to create digital twins and provide them with hyperlocal weather insights and actionable advices based on that locality. Because if I log my plantation from Wayanad and if you log one plantation in school, both of us will get different advisories, not generic one. And it keeps a plantation journal of every planter so that they can account the activities that is happening throughout the crop cycle. So that becomes a traceable commodity and tradable commodity. And it provides support in multiple language. And now we are aware about the EUDR regulations and other formalities, which requires geotag, mapping of our plantations. And we use that to provide a health report of the plantation. So imagine I have a plantation. So I map that and I get the health report of the plantation, which means this is the ideal profile of an estate, and I can estimate this should be the expected outcome out of this estate, which is not the case now. So that's like a health report, like how we go to hospital and take our health report, right? So same way. And this is how we map the plantation activities. We ask the planter exactly what happened in January, February, and to December. So we keep a track of that, and so that the planter can have a proper record of the activities. And when it comes to FPOs, what happens is so this is like a secondary stakeholder, And this is where the quality control comes to place, because an FPO has multiple growers, let's say 100 growers minimum, and 100 growers will have different quality of production. So that comes to single FPO's warehouse, and that will have multiple qualities of coffee. So we try to intervene there to push a uniform standard of growing, so that an FPO or an agency can have a uniform quality coffee, which can meet certain quality to either export market or good trade or a premium market. So that's the whole agenda of the entire activity. So this is how a plantation health record will look like. So we aim to reach 10,000 growers in this crop cycle, which is achievable levels, because already so far we have around 7 FPOs with around 3,000 growers on board. So it's like a viable number to reach this number, right? So I'll maybe wind up here because it's taking too much time. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your introduction. Thank you for the introduction, Suraj sir. Now we shall move on to our next startup, introduction by Ashwin sir by PH7 Foods.
Hi, good morning. So my name is Ashwin. So our company name is PH7. So right now we are in the specialty coffee market, and we are selling our products online, offline, and we started a small quantity exporting as well. And now we are incubated with Adal Incubation Center Coffee Board Bangalore, and we are in the process of developing a smart integrated platform which will add complete coffee ecosystem. So we are in the process of developing the smart integrated platform. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashwin sir. Now we shall move on to the next startup. Over to you, Abhinav sir by Akshar.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. I am founder of a startup called Akshar Innovations Private Limited. We are a New Delhi-based company which is into post-harvest side technologies for the agri value chain. I'll also share my presentation. 1 second. Let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible, sir.
Okay. So we are in a journey to transform agriculture for 100 million farmers, and we are supported by RKVI under Raftar scheme and incubated at Punjab Agriculture University, ICAR CIFET, that is the authorized body for studying all the post-harvest engineering technologies by Indian government. Then we are supported by AIC, CCRI, ICER, Mohali, and Neuron, that's the STPI Mohali Center of Excellence for AI and IoT devices. So, there's a small video that we do.
Across oil to storage, from farmer to trader. But behind this flow lies a broken truth.
Abhinav,
Small
so sorry
farms
to
for systems
interrupt.
they don't control.
The
Their
video
fate hangs
isn't
on a handful
visible.
of grain
Yeah,
and
now
someone
it's
else's
visible.
guess.
Okay, now it's
Even in industry, remains subjected,
Yeah.
stuck in the past. Akshar Innovations was born to change this. With tools that digitize trust and solutions that empower every hand in the agri-value chain. From handheld analyzers to digital trade records, we make quality transparent and prosperity possible. Akshar is an AI ML powered smartphone based app that is a digital revolution in the agricultural industry.
Okay, I hope you got a gist of what we are trying to do. So in this journey, we are seasoned entrepreneurs and friends from BITS Pilani, and then Saksham studied in Carnegie Mellon, and Sukrit is also a founder of one of the public listed companies today. So we came together to create our impact in this industry, which is largely primitive and lacking technology interventions. So the first. So I have a family background in the agricultural side. My maternal family is into the post-trade activities. They are traders, brokers, and middlemen for rice and wheat products across North India. So while we were working on our other routine businesses, my family approached me with a problem statement that, okay, design a ERP software for all our account needs. And that is when I was introduced to this problem, and we analyzed that India's post-harvest is a black box where majority of income is lost due to the wastage or because there was no timely decision made. And in fact, people, be it farmers, brokers, or middlemen, or even traders, when they try to understand the pricing mechanism, it's all poll based. They just reach out to some people over phone, mandi mein kya rate chal raha hai, kind of thing. So it is all no transparent price discovery mechanism is there, and there is no digital trail. Everything is happening on pen and paper. People still carrying their diaries with them. So it is in the 21st century, you can say it is still a digitally handicapped industry. And while the government has challenges at hand of doubling farmer income, include digital agriculture mission, or push agri export and bring traceability, because we are here on the coffee standpoint. So coffee industry, we are talking a lot about traceability right from the input side to the post harvest side. So this government has these challenges, and people are not ready to adopt a technology. And it is not just people are not ready, there are no existing technologies that are so easy to understand that can overcome, or that can have easy adoption in the market. So our response was ecosystem should be there, which offers you fair price, fair grade, and fair trade. So we have two products in the market today. One is Agreep. Agreep is farm to cash ERP solution with integrated marketplace. You can think of it as a diary. So it has a marketplace option for you. You can connect directly to anyone in India for selling your produce, or buying your crop if you need. You can communicate with your suppliers, your vendors, distributors. You can keep record of every trade activity and all the post trade activities. So people I've seen have diaries. They have a section in their diaries where they have, okay, logistics, what logistics needs to be arranged, who they need to get the payments from, what is the bid or what is the rate they're getting or quotation they're getting from different parties. So everything we've clubbed together and made it in a free tool. So Agreep is a free pocket tool for everyone. So today we have more than 3,500 users on this platform, and it is crop agnostic. People are selling fruits, selling vegetables, selling grains, cereals, coffee, tea, everything on this platform. And then second is the Xshore, that's the AI quality grading analyzer that brings traceability. So when we say there are a lot of marketplaces in India and still people are hesitant to sell their produce online, the main challenge is the other side. On the buyer is not confident on the quality that that they're going to get. So what they do is again bring a broker into the chain that, okay, take the responsibility of the quality that a farmer or any supplier. So unless we break this dependency on broker, or we bring in this transparency with the tools, digital tools, we are not going to achieve the target of ENAM or digital missions, etc. So there we have developed a quality grading analyzer. We have done for rice. We have 3 products in rice today and 1 for coffee industry, and we have got very good response. Coffee grading analyzer both in India and the overseas market so far. So what is the impact on the user journey from farm gate to trade gate? It streamlines everything. It makes everything friction free, and also it makes it fast. So this is about us. And we'll talk more as we go on further in the session. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I look forward to interact further. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abhinav sir. Now we shall move on into a short panel discussion. There are a series of questions designed by the team AIC CCRI CED. All the 3 startup founders will be answering those questions. Post that, we'll have a general question and answer. Whoever participants are there on the Tech Talk, you can drop your questions in the chat box and kindly mention it as to whom you're asking the question. The team of AIC CCRI will read it out for you all. So I shall move on to the first question to Surat sir. Sir, I would like to know that what are the key gaps that you observed in the coffee estate operations that existing systems or practices were not able to address effectively?
Yes. So there is a existing system established by many entities. One is Coffee Board, of course. Then there is different agri ecosystem partners at the districts and state level. But what they propose as a package of practice will be perceived by the farmers in different ways. There is no uniform practice one grower can adopt in the ground level. So what we observe is like the standardization that happens in the small scale sector is like pretty weak. And that can be easily managed by by having a uniform monitorable or measurable protocol system. So that's something that I observed in the ground level, especially with small scale growers. For example, if you consider a large scale grower who has around 100 acres of plantation, they'll have their own package of practice and a standard operating procedure, which gives them a proper yield and certain quality of output. Because they'll have their own market. But considering small scale holders, who are the major players in the ground level, they do not have a standard operation protocol. So that's something we noticed. And also the quality control, like Abhinav mentioned now, the quality control is like something which opens up a large revenue for the small scale growers. So and that potential is not widespread across the small scale holders. So that's something we can easily tackle with technology and with proper intervention. So that's something we are working towards also.
Yes, sir. Thank you for answering this question. So my next question would be to Ashwin sir. Yes, sir. So my question for you is, how did you arrive at the right service offerings that balances the consumer experience, the farmer's welfare, as well as the environmental responsibility part?
Okay. So we arrived at the right service offering by starting from the coffee value chain itself, not from the product idea. Let's first we listen to the customer. Like today, the coffee drinkers are not just buying a beverage; they are looking for the quality and the transparency and the experience. So, like through cupping sessions, feedback loops, and market exposure, we understood that the consistency and the traceability and storytelling matters as much as taste. So all these things are matter for a consumer. And second thing, like we work backwards to the farmer, and we realized consumer experience cannot be sustained unless the farmer is economically secure. So we focused on like training on post-harvesting practices and fermentation related things, and fair and like predictable pricing to the farmers, and incentivizing the quality rather than volume. So these 3 things we started doing with the farmers. And third thing regarding the environmental responsibility, which is a connector, not a compromise. So practices like water efficient processing and controlled fermentation, water reuse, and shade grown practices which will impact the cupping quality as well as it reduce the coffee cost also. Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ashwin, sir, for answering this. My next question would be to Abhinav, sir. So, what gaps did you notice in the traditional coffee quality testing and trade processes that your technology is trying to bridge?
Okay, Vaishnavi, thank you. I answered most of it during my presentation. Still, when we started working closely with different farmers, even coffee growers or traders and curers, we noticed three very fundamental gaps in traditional coffee quality assessment. First was subjectivity. Quality evaluation for any grain is largely depended upon visual inspection and manual grading. So people take beans or grain in their hand and they just try to analyze, oh, this is the quality. While this expertise is invaluable in terms of people have trained themselves over the years in this thing, but it is also inconsistent. Results may vary from person to person, location to location, and even day to day. And particularly, whoever wants to be on the advantage side will always put their interest first. For example, if I am a planter and on the other side there's a buyer. Buyer will always try to make the quality on the lower side so that they can gain advantage in the pricing. So this thing creates ambiguity, and especially for small and mid-sized farmers who often do not have access to certified graders or who cannot rely on the gap that it takes for them or the time it takes for them to get their quality certified. Second was lack of real-time on-site testing. This is still prevalent. We all the so for example, people in the coffee industry have to send their samples to the coffee board or to any other curer or anyone, any lab. It takes them a day or two for this sample to go there, and then they will take the quality feedback, will take time. And since the whole thing is happening, the price is already decided. No one wants to wait for so much longer period. So the price decision is already based on the is not now dependent on the quality, because there is no real time or on site testing that is happening. And the third problem that we realized was the information in asymmetry in trade. Farmers often sell without knowing the true quantifiable quality of their coffee or their produce, while buyers rely on their own assessments, which I told in the first point as well. And this imbalance always affects trust, transparency, and ultimately farmer income. So at Innovations, we are bridging these gaps by bringing portable, objective, and data-backed quality assessment directly to the field and trading points. Our vision is very simple. If quality can be measured accurately, instantly, and transparently, then value can be distributed more fairly across the value chain. So be it coffee value chain or grain value chain, for example, what we do in rice. So for bringing that distribution of wealth, and we do not lose much of the value in waste, it is essential that we incorporate or bring together technology to our traditional primitive practices. So I hope I have answered your question, Vaishnavi.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Rightly said. Now, sir, I would like to ask you another question, Abhinav, sir. So, looking ahead, how do you envision the AI-driven quality assessment shaping the coffee industry? And what tips would you give to the budding entrepreneurs entering this space?
Okay. First, talking about AI-driven or how I envision AI-driven quality assessment will shape the industry. So first, AI will standardize or help standardize quality globally. Um, so for example, when we have done quality, so when I call my product, it's AI ML empowered smartphone based quality grader. So we've fed them thousands of coffee samples across regions, seasons, varieties, and we've trained our models so that AI can reduce subjectivity and create a common quality language between different stakeholders, be it farmers, exporters, roasters, and global buyers. With time, what will happen is AI will help you to become more global. Second, quality assessment will become predictive and not just diagnostic. AI won't tell us what quality is today, but it will also help us predict what it will be tomorrow, helping predict defects, shelf life, and even optimal processing or storage interventions that can come into this industry for different types of crops. And third, AI will directly impact farmer income. So when we say AI is going to create millionaires in this coming decade, it will also increase, I'll say, the farmer incomes, because when quality is quantified early and transparently, farmers can negotiate better, access premium markets, and adopt targeted improvements instead of just having a trial and error in farming. So these are the 3 points that I think the how AI-driven solutions in the quality space will change the coffee industry. And then my tips for startups who are entering this space. First, to everyone that I speak to. So okay, just to give you a brief background about us, I have run 3 different startups. Took exit from a couple, had a failed startups, and today I'm also on board of one of the public listed companies. So we've started, whenever I've seen or we start working on a solution, we start working from the ground, not the lab. So similarly, in this space, we need people who are building solutions for the agri-tech to I'll request them to build with farmers, curers, traders, and not just build solution for them, build with them. Real world constraints that are happening will help you make your models more perfect. And second is we need to kind of marry hardware with data intelligence. India largely is not very much into the hardware based products. We are more centric towards the software side, but this needs to change. In agri quality, AI alone is not enough. The real innovation will lie in integrating sensing devices and AI seamlessly. We cannot wait for innovation to come from overseas. We need to build a solution. We need to work on integrating whatever mechanical or electronic devices that you have seen in your life to the AI, so that they can serve a larger purpose, create an impact in the industry or to some community and solve their problem. And third, entrepreneurship is a patience game. So be patient and have ecosystem driven approach. Particularly agriculture innovation takes a lot of time. So for example, we've been Axure is now a 3 years old company. We have filed 6 patents as of today. So the innovation is taking time. Trust building is even more difficult, particularly when it comes from the Indian startups. It is a real challenge. But in this journey, the role of AIC, CCRI has been extremely critical. Their support through domain access, validation opportunities, their ecosystem mentoring, and their opportunity for the opportunity that they gave us to even interact with the global customers in COFEX Istanbul this year, and then so through the centenary event. This kind of interventions has helped us move from prototype mindset to a deployable farmer-centric solution. And platforms like this, so when I say when I showed that we are incubated at different platforms, so platforms like these significantly de-risk our innovation and allow us startups like us to stay focused on real impact. So to conclude, I said a lot. AI in quality is not going to replace the human expertise. It's about augmenting it and democratizing access and making quality-driven growth inclusive and sustainable for the entire industry. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abhinav, sir, for a wonderful explanation as well as inspiring the budding entrepreneurs. My next question would be to Ashwin, sir. Sir, as sustainability is gaining momentum in the coffee sector, how do you see the future of such models, and what guidance would you offer to the entrepreneurs entering the coffee innovation?
Okay. As sustainability gains momentum, I believe the future of coffee will move from the certification-led sustainability to data and impact-led sustainability. Like so, in the coming years, maybe the sustainability will not be no longer an optional differentiator. So it will be a base requirement for anyone. So the most successful models will be like it will be farmer-centric and the technology enabled, like Mr. Suraj and Abhinav said, like data enabled, like data on soil, water, traceability part, quality details. And third can be a collaboration with linking farmers, researchers, startups, brands, and etc. And for entrepreneurs who is going to entering in coffee innovation, my first guidance would be like don't start with a product, but start with a problem in ecosystem. And second thing, leverage institution like AIC, CCRA, CED, not only for the accelerator, but as a knowledge bridge.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ashwin, sir, for answering that question. From AIC CCRI CED, we always would like to support our startups, and we wish you also very all the best, and to all the startups as well as the budding entrepreneurs, very all the best. My next question would be to Surat, sir. Looking ahead, how do you see technology-driven estate management evolving, and what advice would you give startups aspiring to innovate in the coffee plantation space?
Yeah, so just to give you a context, we released our all platforms 2-3 weeks back before in the AIC, Center Celebrations of Coffee Board. And it's only been like a few weeks, and we have seen intense adoption with farmers and the FPOs. So I'm pretty sure there's a huge scope for tech adoption. That is one thing. And one more thing is what Abhinav said, and even Ashwin said, is like work with farmers is like something the budding entrepreneurs should do. We spent in our 2 years of existence, we spent 1 year in the farms with the farmers, that is small scale holders who doesn't have any tech skills, to design our tool stack. So the participatory approach and the code development with the growers is very important when it comes to agri-tech. That's why most of the agri-tech companies are failing in India when they design tech without the support of farmers. So when you do that, you get domain expertise and insane level of domain understanding about what you're building. So that's something crucial with developing the agri space. And what AIC has given us, the opportunity to collaborate with pretty well-established ventures in the domain, and also to having the name itself is like a plus point when you try to talk to people and when you try to approach the stakeholders. That's something credible, that the credibility that we bring to the table. So that's something I have to comment on this adoption rate. So I think I covered all the points, right? So yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Surat sir. Thank you for answering the question. And okay.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. So, especially the panel members for today, Suraj sir and Ashwin sir and Abhinav sir. So, good afternoon all. And so, my question is for Ashwin sir, PH from PH7. So, sustainability has become central to coffee innovation. So, why do you believe it is crucial for startups to embed sustainability at the core of their business model, sir? Ashwin sir.
Yeah.
Hope it was clear, my question. Hello.
Sir, can you repeat it? I didn't hear.
Yes, sir. The sustainability has become central to coffee innovation. So, why do you believe it is crucial for startups to embed sustainability at the core of their business models?
Because everyone talk about sustainability. Like, you see, there are like organizations who give the sustainable farming certifications. All are like, as I mentioned, like that time is gone. Actually, now we need database, like data-driven led sustainability system. Actually, let's say like, so when I talk about my coffee quality, everything, I should have a proper data about the traceability and from where which estate it's coming from, which farmer, what all process it has gone through. So all the traceability part and as Abhinav mentioned, the quality related reports. So if I have everything together, that also like that is very important, crucial for a like specialty coffee brand to survive in the market, I feel.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks for the answer. Yes, Vaishnavi, if there are any other questions from your end, please.
Okay, sir. So now, participants, we shall begin the general Q&A. Before that, there are a few questions in the chat box, which I'll take up to the panelists. So the first one is by Mr. Tamim. It is a question to Mr. Ashwin. How does your startup help in post-harvest processing? Do you collaborate with estates or provide some service-based help to enhance the processing? For example, help the producers in fermenting the coffee and help to find the right buyer with right price.
Yes. So we started this process with the farmers. So we identified the 4 farmers from Wayanad, and we started fermentation. So we given all the training for the fermentation, and we given what all like necessary equipment for that, and we trained them. We selected 4 small farmers, not from a like big estate. We had a criteria like below 3 acres. Because if the acres are like, if the area is more, they will not be able to give a quality, which I feel. So I selected 4 small farmers. The criteria was below 3 acres. So we given them proper training and we told them this is what we need. So accordingly, they have done the fermentation, everything, and the process is going on now. So now we'll be having a like collaboration with the farmer, like in terms of pricing, either they can choose the price, like we will give the best 20-25% extra price to the farmer, and we will buy the product and we'll sell it in our brand. The second option is we are ready to do the collaboration with the farmer, like we are ready to sell it in their name or estate name under our like brand, which will be having certain other criteria. We are giving 2 options to them, so which they can choose.
Okay, thank you, Ashwin sir, for answering the question. Next question is by Mr. Kunal to Abhinav sir. For the problem points mentioned, we wanted to know how does your company offer the solutions?
Thank you, Kunal, for the question. If you can ask me the problem points, are you asking about the problem points that I discussed on my slide? Can you just speak here the problems that you want to talk about?
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yeah, Kunal, you are audible.
Yes, hi. So hi Abhinav, thanks for the info that you shared. So you gave some real scenario where a judgment in terms of the crop quality or the bean quality. A lot of it happens manually, right? Then there is a QC level check. So basically, I am an exporter, right? We export coffee, and in terms of the testing or the quality check at the buyer's end, it goes through the QC lab, which is a which is a time consuming process. Plus, there are
Right.
brokers involved, to validate and quantify, as to the buying is correct or the sourcing is right or no. So now you said that technology can help solve a lot of these problems. So I wanted to understand how does this bridge, and what solutions are you offering from an exporter perspective? So where we buy from, we aggregate from the suppliers, and then we supply it to the importers as a merchant exporter. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Kunal, for that question. Kunal, so as I mentioned in my presentation, we have two products. One is Agreep. Agreep is a marketplace digital bookkeeping app, and second is Axure quality graders. So we've, as a company, first launched Agreep, and when we launched Agreep, we gave people the option of marketplace, and it was a free app, so people could do trade with anyone. The problem that we identified from that they were unable to complete their trade was the quality. Who is going to take the responsibility of quality that we have already spoken about, and even if you have highlighted. So what we said, okay, why not we bring tools that are affordable and that can quickly address this challenge. So for example, the first instance when we got into thinking of this quality devices was there was a trade was happening between a rice trader in Delhi and Chennai. So a person in Chennai asked for sample from Delhi. So this sample took the 2 days to reach Chennai, and by the time the sample reached Chennai and the party finalized the trade, the material was already over with the Delhi party. So no matter what rate negotiation could have taken place, that because the gap or time between the quality assessment was so high that this could not complete. Second, we saw when we talk about quality labs for coffee industry, we definitely see that people send their samples to coffee board or labs that are there across Karnataka, Kerala, but that is not possible for other grains. Still, it takes time. So, but if when I want to sell something, I am always in a hurry that I should get my right price today. So these interventions been studied what right pointers that for any trade, what are the key quality parameters a person is looking for. I was checking even in the chat now. HCK Swami has put for small farmers less than 10 acres, how the QC look like. So we said, okay, the moisture is one key parameter, but there are moisture meters that are readily available in the market at lower prices. So we did not touch moisture, but we did touch for coffee industry the sorting on basis on the physical defects, for inspection for foreign materials, and consistent bean size. So when I want to buy a coffee bean, let's say you are an exporter, I am someone in the overseas market, and I even saw this in Istanbul, people buying lot of coffee bean from India, Colombia, and Congo, etc. They're buying it, then they are getting their sieves. Using sieve size, they're checking the consistency of the bean size. So we thought, okay, bean size consistency is required. What is the sieve tolerance? So sieve tolerance is plus minus 0.05 mm. We were doing for rice at plus minus 0.02 mm. So we are more accurate in terms of the size that we can offer. So we said, okay, we will put this for the coffee industry. And because the bean size distribution, so I may have AA, I may have A, I may have B, C in my sample. So how all these samples are distributed. So we emphasized on that. Then defect grading, which was manual. And for example, buyer may always be subjective, and they'll always have their side for identifying defects in a bigger lot, so that they do not have to give the right price to the seller. So they'll always easily identify defects. So how we can make this whole methodology of create first sampling and then doing all this defect grading. So we, as per the American standards, we did that in our device. So as a exporter, you can fast forward the whole thing. You can share this device report with your exporter that this is what my sample size was, and this is what the sample distribution is on the bean size, and this is what the defect grade looks like. And if you promote the same device to the other side of the trade, to your buyer, so since they can also afford this technology, and when you have a same lab, so let's say I do Dr. Lal Path lab test in Delhi, and I do Dr. Lal Path lab test in Kerala, we'll get the same results. And we know that, okay, the methodology that they propose or they follow is same. So the whole idea is to democratize this quality assessment, so that you put quality tools in the hand of the stakeholders, be it farmer, exporters, buyers, everyone across the globe. You make it so easy to adopt technology, easy to use methodology, that everyone can easily start using this technology to fast track their business. So this is what we are doing at Exshore. So today, with in the rice grade, rice trade, people are using rice grade analyzers, whiteness testers, and they're even using the ERP solution that we are deploying in their premises to conduct trade with their industry counterparts. And we envision the same will happen in the coffee industry soon.
Okay.
So I hope
basically, you are. Yeah, I get that. So you're saying that this is a physical device which will have to be at both ends, which is at the buyer's end as well as at the supplier's end, the same device. So there's no need for a third party basically to come and validate the grades. Is that correct? If I have understood.
So this is the ideal situation when both the parties have a machine. So it is the same machine that both the parties have, and then you can trust. So from here, if I say my defects are my defect type is 2, 3, say other party using the same machine and they also get 2, 3, then it validates the quality promise that we have made.
Okay. And currently, you have these devices already test run done for coffee, or?
Yes. And we have put one device. If you are in Bangalore, you can come down to AIC Coffee Board and you can try test this device for yourself.
Okay. So currently, you already have this with a few suppliers, is it? With curing houses or growers?
We've given 2 in the overseas market. And now we are already undergoing trials with companies like ITC, Nestle, etc.
Okay. And any price point? What does this device cost?
So the introductory price that we launched at the centenary event, we've introduced at 1 lakh plus GST.
Gotcha. I think this would typically only then would be in the hands of the macro suppliers and the buyers, right? For to invest in and test run a technology at this stage.
Right. So we are also pushing through FPOs where they can where farmers can get their quality bean analyzed at a subscription based method there, so pay as you use model.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Perfect. Thanks. Thanks.
thank you so much, Kunal.
Yes, sir. Thank you for answering it, sir. We have a question for, in general, for all the three panelists. If anybody would like to answer this, please do let me know. For small farmers whose coffee beans, say, suppose it's a robust cherry, having production of pre-acre yield 350 to 500 kg of clean beans, can these farmer venture into farm to coffee cupping and branding, and also market farm to coffee table? How to plan? Anybody would like to answer this, sir?
Just one take is like, why not is my question, because they can have their own brand that targets specific customers, right? For example, we tried making a brand with just 5 bags of coffee, just to like, showcase, okay, this is what we're doing in the tech sector. To showcase that we needed a brand, but to our surprise, that brand had more attention than our tech stack. So that's one like interesting story we had, but we stopped that because that was not our intention. For my take is like, maybe like if you can specify your novelty or your let's say uniqueness, you of course have a like option for creating a brand that has a like insane potential when you have that niche target of market. That's my take.
Hi. My suggestion would be like, see, starting a brand, even small estate owners can also do it. It's not a like a great thing, great deal also. Like anyone can do it nowadays. All the like necessary basic certification, if they have, they can market it in their brand name also. So suppose if they want some kind of help for the branding, even we are ready to do it, some minimum quantity, everything. We can also help them.
Okay, adding my point, I have very limited expertise with the brand building or any B2C uh, businesses. We are more into the B2B line, even with the manufacturing business that we have or we are in. But still, my understanding or experience from past 15 years in the industry, say, consumer one buys a story. Second, every consumer nowadays is very much aware of what they are getting, so they will read your labels. The story that is going in India, read your labels, read your labels. People have become very much aware of it. So when you take your product, your brand out there in the market, and how you can differentiate it, I was surprised to see a lot of specialty coffees, a lot of flavors that are coming in the coffee today. So people want to buy an experience and want to buy a story. And for example, our business, where we give you a quality tool in hand, when you take that, okay, this is the quality that we are offering you, people's confidence in your brand increases, that they know they're speaking of quality. And that is exactly what even the government is proposing or trying to do with all their BIS initiatives, the QCOs, etc. Because in India, we've always underestimated quality earlier. Now we are talking about quality, and now when you bring your beans to the market, you always put that my beans are special. There are larger players. There is ITC, there is Nestle, there is Tata, and number of other players. But still, when we see the market is increasing for the new category or new products or brands like yours, maybe people are valuing that quality that you promise them, ki personal touch hai. So when you bring that personal touch to someone's life, you need to understand how you are going to relate to in terms of with quality. So that is what my point would be in this?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for all the panelists for answering this question. So the last question is for Abhinav sir and Suraj sir. Ms. Nikita wants to know the process flow for coffee value chain and to understand the ground reality, and also what are the specific questions that they can ask for traders and farmers to know their perspective.
It'll be easier to if you know the particular domain you need to work on, because in coffee itself there is n number of verticals you can contribute. For example, from pre-harvest to post-harvest, there are multiple activities you can contribute. For example, irrigation or inputs. So it depends on which context you want to work in. But one major input I can give is if you can stand in their shoes, it will be much easier to communicate with them, because if they think they'll get benefited out of whatever you're building, if it is a technology or if it is a product, if they think they get benefited out of it, they will support you in any extent. That's what I felt in my journey last 1 year. And questions you can maybe understand from your expertise what you're going to build, and then see in the process flow where it is going to fit in. Then we can make that correct conversations rapport. That's something which worked for us in the value chain, not just growers, also with traders or aggregators. So that worked for us.
Nikita, Suraj has answered that question well. If you are asking this question from a perspective that you want to do something or to do something in this value chain, or you want to develop some product or create value for the stakeholders of this industry, to be frank, we started with a questionnaire. My story, I told you, my family asked me to develop an ERP for them. So during Corona, so we the other business that we run, we have eight factories. So during the Corona period, we were unable to monitor what is happening across these 8 factories at one go. So we developed an ERP to manage our office businesses in one dashboard. So when we developed that, I introduced that to my Mamaji, and he said, okay, I also want a similar kind of stuff for my business. And then he told one of his friend who's a miller manufacturer, a rice manufacturer. He came to know, okay, we have done such thing. He reached out to me, can you do something for us as well? I said, okay, I'll come and meet you. When the time will permit, I'll come and we'll discuss this. And then eventually there was one brand owner, again a trader in his network, my Mamaji's network, who also asked, "Acha, aap aisa kar sakte ho? I have this requirement that I want to take my brand out to the market. What is the possibility?" And then that is when we started understanding the business practice. So we created a whole questionnaire that we circulated across different stakeholders. We circulated it to the farmers through organizations like Punjab Agriculture Universities. Then we circulated it to the millers network, again from our known network, to traders, brokers as well, because most of the time what is happening in the agri industry, we are kind of posing threat to the middlemen with the technology interventions or technology solutions that we are developing. We are posing threat to the middlemen. And what is happening? These middlemen are not letting the technology get adopted. For example, when you need money, a planter or a farmer needs money, the first point of contact they have is the middleman in the nearby APMC or Mandi, who will give them a loan on their inputs. And when the time will come, the crop will be ready, he will bring that crop to this middleman. He'll say, sell it for me and charge your commission. Now, when I come with the technology solution, you do not need a middleman. So what is happening? I'm just saying, once your crop is ready, you do not need to sell your produce to the middleman. You can save your 3 to 4% there, directly sell in the market. So this middleman who is funding you during your input phase will feel threatened. When you need money, you're coming to me. When you want me to earn money, you are now bypassing whole process of selling. So how we can create a solution that is acceptable to the whole community or value chain? That is why when even Suraj said earlier, this industry has a lot of failure rate, as a high failure rate, because we as a young generation, we do not understand the nuances of this industry. So before asking the questions to the stakeholder, study the value chain that you are going to talk to, see each and every knit, how this thread is knitted, and then design your questions in a way that you get answers to not validate what you have in mind, but to validate where the pain point lies. And once you know their pain points clearly, you will be able to craft solutions that are acceptable from day one. You do not have to reiterate again and again and then come back to them. Now try the solution that I have developed. So that will what we say, accelerate your product development and product market fit in the market. I hope I have answered your question.
Yes, sir. Ms. Nikita. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Abhinav, sir, and thank you, Suraj, sir, for answering this question. As we now move towards the conclusion part, I would request all the participants as well as panelists to kindly turn on your videos. Sir. Okay, as we conclude, I would like to thank all our panelists, Mr. Suraj K. Babu, Mr. Ashwin KS, and Mr. Abhinav Mahajan, for sharing valuable insights and practical experiences. Today's discussion clearly highlights how innovation-led startups are shaping the future of the coffee industry. Thank you to all the participants for joining us as part of BeInnovate Coffee Innovation Week. We look forward to your continued engagement with AICC CRI CED and the growing coffee innovation ecosystem. I would like to end this Tech Talk meets purpose. Start your coffee innovation journey today. Thank you all and have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for your time and having us here.
Thank you all.